secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. For a strong kick to get this one underway. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. To throw, it's Harmon. Catch in the middle, it's Salazar. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Give to the back. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running a football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Back to pass. Rushes on him. It's complete to the right. Stopped at the 47-yard line. A 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. The Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Runs through the tackle. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender.
Oftentimes when offenses get a 1st down, that's when they like to speed up the tempo, and you're seeing them now go hurry up.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He's got it on the right. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And the Yellow Jackets moving quickly to the line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Yellow Jackets pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Rides the back on the option, the give. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking downfield, it's Harmon. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback is...
Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting the drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. From the gun to Gill, looking for room. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. They've gotten deep into the conference race, sitting on top of the standings right now. That conference championship game is starting to loom large.
It is, and there's so much at stake, right? Like knowing in the 12-team playoff that I have a chance to get a bye, right? If I can win my conference. So a lot at stake. They've done really well. They're at the top of the leaderboard right now, Palmer, but a little bit of the season still left.
Yeah, you got to focus on today. We're at that time of season where all of us love talking about what's coming up and predicting who that conference championship game is going to be. Can they go to the playoff? It all doesn't matter if you don't win this game today, so you've got to be focused here. This is a massive game.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Burgess. Got it in the middle, it's Walsh. Touchdown, Irish! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, you spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Tight end finds a soft spot. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the 2nd drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Back to pass, it's Harmon. Got him downfield. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Give to the running back. Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry. And the Yellow Jackets will hustle to the line. They'll try to power their way ahead. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. With the catch, it's Salazar. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Yellow Jackets are in the red zone. To the air, it's Harmon. Quickly complete. Headed to the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
So nice when you're an offense and you get in these third and shorts and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit guys up front, especially in the red zone area. Nice job by this offense, slipping in the pass, getting rid of the football, setting up a first and goal.
And the Yellow Jackets have it in scoring position on first and goal. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Paging George P. Burdell. Paging George P. Burdell.
The Yellow Jackets didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. On the move. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 Russian defense. Let's see if they can step up.
Trying to get in the end zone, and the ball was loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Man, what a great job by the defense. You know on yardage situations like this, they can run the QB sneak. You're diving, getting as many bodies around the quarterback as you can, and it's just gravy when you can force a fumble and recover in that type of situation.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Burgess. Good timing on the quick out. There he goes. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
On first down from their own 22. They'll go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. The quick out. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Wants to go up top on first down. He's got him. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. Notre Dame right back to the line. Trying to get the corner. Running into the open space. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
They'll run it from the gun. Shakes off the defender. Brought down at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. It'll be a first down.
How about the play by the speed back? You think about speed, you think about breaking ankles. He broke the tackle because he's so fast, moving so fast, hard to get the guy on the ground.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Wide receiver comes in motion. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. That's caught. It's Walsh. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening.
Got to give this guy credit all season long. He's played well, he's stayed healthy, and he's just executing. With that last throw, he's now surpassed 4,000 yards as we get late in the season.
On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
And that is the perfect way to cap off this drive. This thing started way back on their 2-yard line, and they methodically marched it down the field. You saw a little bit of everything on this drive, so at the very end, you pay it off. Really nice job running down in the red zone for the score.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Ellington. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll leave it with him. Nice move to keep running. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. He steps out wide at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw, it's Harmon. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gain.
After that last completion, it's second down. Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab. It's Salazar. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And now a chance to pull even. First and goal as we get late in the first half. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw again. Trying to barrel in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Going to take a shot on second and short. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Florida is currently trailing in this one, but I'm old enough to remember the comeback Danny Werfel led in 1995 to beat Tennessee. So don't rule anything out here today. They're trailing by 11 to Georgia. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wants to throw. It's Burgess. Quick completion on the out route. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep, good coverage.
On third down, he drops the throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Irish send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. It turns like that, or why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. He'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Finds his tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Looking to go up top and time's running out in the half. Working that left side now. Discards him with the stiff arm. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's got it.
some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room, probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
14.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The play action fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
He's going to take off. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
It's so hard to defend these guys. You know, it's 1st and 10. Everything's available to you. You don't know if it's run or pass, and then you add in the scrambling element with the quarterback. He does a great job scrambling outside, getting outside the pocket, and then at the end of the play, not take.
And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And I love it. Trust your passing game. Trust your quarterback, because you know he can execute. You have confidence in him, and that is the way you finish a first half, and now you got a chance to tie this football game up.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Running to the left. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Unloads to the wideout. He's open on the right. Quick step and go. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're like, turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Looking for a crease, it's Page. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads up play by the QB.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Burgess. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. The pull and throw off the RPO. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Irish. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
This guy is such a weapon for this offense, especially down in the red area. Because of his speed and his size, he's a nice target right there on the post. You see him. It's just really hard to box him out and prevent him from catching the football. Good decision by the QB, and it results in a touchdown.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23.
Man, is it nice to be able to hand the football to a guy that can break tackles, that can make something out of nothing. Just, it makes it so much easier on offense. You can hit that big...
Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. Touchdown, Notre Dame. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. What a play by this defense with a pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
The Yellow Jackets are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop. And you better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
Motion from the wideout. Pulls it on the bootleg fade. Looking left. With the catch, it's Salazar. That defense got gas, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. And the Yellow Jackets look to keep this drive humming. Might be changing the route. Looking for a man. It's Harmon. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And For a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4. The Yellow Jackets in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. The screen, and watch out. Oh, he's got some space. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
Flips it out in the flat. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
The Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
3rd and short, I don't mind the play call. Running the RPO, giving the quarterback the option. Could he have pulled it and maybe made that decision a little bit different? He decided to give it to the running back. The defense was ready, got the big stop, forces the 4th down.
Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that 4th down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
Setting up the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Going for 6. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
He's going to run it. On target to the left. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Gain of 29 on the play.
One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen.
35. Georgia Tech, 21.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Notre Dame. Paging George P. Burdell. Paging George P. Burdell.
They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They'll try to get outside. Slithers into space.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Quick strike complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Oh, what a move. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position, and here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Looking to pass, it's Burgess. Got the quick pass. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Fights off a defender. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, the inside give. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. We're interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
It is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll bring it out. It's Ellington. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We've got to stop turning the football over.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And now on 2nd down for this offense. To the air, it's Harmon. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man on the right. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads it left. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Now on the move. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They're going to ride this running back. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. And the Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ellington. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. And he steps out of bounds after getting the pick, and this one is in the books. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked